What up, shit? Tim is here. Now, here is my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turned 10 and 20 this week. All right, the film turning 10, this is maybe one of my favorite comedies of that year, and that is The Dictator. Now, The Dictator, which is one of the few films with Sacha Baron Cohen, that's not like a mockumentary. Like, it's actually his first non-mockumentary he's done, because every time when you see him doing these wacky characters, it's always like a mockumentary, whether it's something like Borat, Bruno, Ali G, most recent Borat again. But The Dictator is so awesome. Here you got Sacha Baron Cohen, who plays General Aladdin, who has ruled the original African country of Wadaya since he's been a dictator since the tender age of 6, which I think is fun there. And of course, a 67 straight bullets and a hand grenade pretty much kills his father in a hunting accident. And after an assassination attempt, takes the life of yet another body double. Tamura, played by Ben Kingsley, who is Aldine's uncle and most trusted advisor, convinces Aldine to pretty much go to New York City. Um, and of course, unfortunately, Aldine has like a less than friendly reception from the exile. I mean, The Dictator is so fun. I mean, it was a little controversy. This is pretty much a film that would not get made today. Let's be for real. But at the time, this movie did got very controversial. Especially, of course, it did got released literally about a year after Bin Laden's assassination. So there's that. But this movie is so fun, so entertaining. You had some really cool cast members too. You had a really fun Catherine Hahn cameo. You also had John C. Raleigh make a cameo. Anna Faris appeared in this. Uh, Jason Mantzoukas stole lots of scenes. I mean, yeah, this is a little controversy. There are some stuff that will probably go over. Like there is a helicopter scene, which I'm not going to repeat, but that will definitely cause a lot of controversy nowadays. But it is a really fun film. Definitely was like a modern. It definitely was like a modern Great Dictator. With Charlie Chaplin. So definitely give The Dictator a go. It's a really fun one. Now, also turning 10, we got Battleship, which of course is based on the very popular board game. Which what I'm one of the rare folks who did not mind Battleship. I mean, was it great? No, it was just like a blended Transformers rip off and everything. But I had such a fun time with Battleship. You had the likes of Alexander Skarsgård, Taylor Kitsch, Liam Neeson, Rihanna was also in this, Brooklyn Decker, which I'm going to get to her in a second. Uh, I mean, that week was an interesting week for Brooklyn Decker, by the way, because she literally had not one but two films at that week, which I'm going to get to here in a bit. But Battleship, like the effects, I thought was cool. I mean, of course, the movie was directed by Peter Berg, who ended up having some better movies. Down the line, of course, he did that Patriots Day. He did Lone Survivor. So he's done some other tree movies since. But I'm one of the rare folks who did not mind Battleship. I thought it was fun, entertaining. It's not a bad little film in my opinion, as most people make it out to be. So yeah, it's more of a guilty pleasure of mine, to be honest. Yeah. All right. Speaking of Brooklyn Decker, Battleship was not the only movie she appeared in that week. She also appeared in the film What You Expect When You're Expecting, which is, of course, based on the very popular book here, uh, which is pretty much follows the lives of five couples as their lives turn upside down by difficulty and surprises of parenthood. Now, I thought this movie was pretty cute and charming. It had a great cast. The aforementioned Brooklyn Decker did appear in this. You also had the likes of Elizabeth Banks, Cameron Diaz, Jennifer Lopez, Chris Rock, and Kendra. Some really cool cast members popping up here and there. I mean, it is very cheesy. It is decent. I believe it was from the same director of Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, if I'm not mistaken. So there's that too. Not a bad little film, in my opinion. So not. I literally remember seeing not one but three of these films in theaters when they were released. Fun times. All right, now turning the big 2-0. All right, of course we do got About a Boy, which of course is actually based on a book here starring Hugh Grant, which I thought About a Boy was really decent. You also had the likes of Tony Collette, a very young Nicholas Holt, so not a bad film there. You also had Harvard Man, which starred Adria Grenier from from Entourage fame. Sarah Michelle Gellar was in this. We're like these two female friends and a busy sophomore life at Harvard. Alan decides to help out his parents who are affected by a tornado with 100,000 payment. And he accepts from Ahmad, and in return he decides to throw a collegiate basketball game. I mean, this movie is not that great of a film, but it's more of a comedy guilty pleasure here. So there's that. But the big one that turns the big duo while we wait patiently for the Obi-Wan series, which literally premieres, I believe, next week if I'm not mistaken. The big 2-0 here, we of course got Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Now, this movie, of course, got released about 2 years after The Phantom Menace was released. And this, of course, takes place pretty much about 10 years after Phantom Menace, where like 1,000 of planetary systems slowly pretty much secede from the galactic, um, galactic republic and join the newly formed confederate here. Of course, you do got Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan, and he is of course returning for the Obi-Wan series. We of course have Hank Christensen, who's of course coming back for the Obi-Wan series as well. It's really cool that he is coming back for both the Obi-Wan series, the Ashoka series. I mean, we're gonna be seeing pretty much Hank Christensen come back as Darth Vader here, so interesting there. I mean, I really thought the film. I thought it was really cool. Definitely made one of my favorite out of the prequels here. Very entertaining. Some cool, like lifesaver battles. I mean, obviously the prequels are not as good as the original trilogies, but I do get a kick out of the prequels. I do think they are fun. Really good acting by the cast here. So yeah, not bad one. But that's pretty much it. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? The 10-year one, I'm going to go with The Dictator. That movie was much better than most people give out to be. And that's probably my favorite non-bored Sacha Baron Cohen role, by the way. And the 20-year one, I'm probably going to go with Attack of the Clones because About a Boy was good. Harvard Man was okay. But Attack of the Clones was, obviously, I'm a Star Wars guy, so I got to choose Attack of the Clones. Come on. Anyway, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simu signing out.